Okay, on this video we're going to be discussing on how to install the interlock doors proper way. You might have a situation where you can only put a couple doors at a time, and we'll be discussing that too. Here we have a typical door that's when it's delivered to you. Basically, we have a harness here. This harness will go from the floor that you're installing down to the next one. For instance, we're on the third floor. There's 3 intakes. We would go to the third floor, install this door, drop this harness down to the second floor, and then screw this door into place. Once that door is into place, you would go down to the second floor. Do the same thing. Drop the harness down to the first floor and install the second floor. Okay? And at that point you will be making a connection on the second floor. This connection is what attaches to the third floor. Alright, your top floor will not have a connection here. So when you install your top floor, this will get connected to nothing. It will just stay there. Okay? When you drop down to your next floor, you have your harness that dropped down from the floor. You're going to install it on the back, and you're going to make this connection right here. When you make the connection, make sure that none of these wires are coming out of place. In most cases, it will not. Okay. Once you have this connection, you've gone down to your next floor. You drop down your harness, and you install the next door. At the very last door, you'll have your last completion of your harness. Okay, now you're on your bottom floor, generally the first floor. It's your first intake. On the first intake, disconnect your harness, leaving this disconnected. This will disconnect all the floors above this bottom floor. This is good for testing. So now we're going to take our harness from the upper floor to the downstairs, and we're going to connect it into our control box. Just like in a door, you have a connection. So again, this is coming from the upper floor. Makes your connection into the control box. At this point, you can plug the unit in, switch on the switch. It's going to activate the first floor and the first floor only. Remember, on the first floor we disconnected our harness, which is going to the upper floors. So now this control box is only going to control the first lower intake. Okay, now we have our control box connected. It's connected to the lowest floor, and now you can test your lowest floor. Pushing this button, you should hear the plunger activate, and you should be able to open the door. The red light should illuminate. Close the door, the red light should turn off, and it should be ready to use again. Press the button, the plunger goes up, and you should be able to open your door. If all goes well, the control box is working properly and the first door is working properly. Okay, now we've come to the conclusion. The control box is working your first door. Now we can connect the harness that we had disconnected on the lowest floor and connect this harness. When you connect this harness, it will activate every door above. Now we should be able to go up to the second floor. Second floor should work just like the first door. If for some reason it doesn't work, go back to the first floor and see if your first floor is working. Okay? If all is good, each of the floors are going to work at that point. Okay, now In the case of if you hook up your harness and you've connected your upper floors, in the case where it all of a sudden the first floor does not work any longer, then we have a problem on a floor above. And in this case, refer to the troubleshooting video and it'll explain how to help troubleshoot and find the location where the problem